Hello and welcome back to another Pricey HD video, and today we have another episode of the Game of the Week series. Now you're probably wondering, where the hell is Foot Attacks? Well, Foot Attacks will be coming out very soon, but if you haven't checked my Twitter for updates, which I recommend you go and follow me down below on Twitter. My Twitter followers, well, I don't have many in comparison to subscribers, so it would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it, and I'd become more active if I had more followers either way. But yes, go and follow me on Twitter. Foot Attacks can't start until I get back down into Division 10. Now, because I didn't want to start a whole new account, I didn't want to, if you know what I mean, buy a whole new PlayStation Plus and buy a whole new online, etc, etc. I had to start on the same Ultimate Team account, which means I had to get relegated on purposely. Now, people are saying I could just delete my club. But the problem is I didn't want to do that because I'd purposely bought the best players in the Premier League, like Hazard, into my club, ready just in case I get them. So in pre-prep, basically, I stored them in my club in preparation of getting them. And I have so many other Premier League players I could end up stumbling across. There's like company players, even like the likes of Debussy. Say I got a Debussy, then not an expensive player, but I've already got him in my squad. I don't have to buy him. Simple as that sort of idea. So that's where Foot Attacks is. It will probably be out in a week's time maximum. I hope it's a maximum anyway, because it does take longer than you think getting relegated on purpose. You know, I'm in Division 6 at the moment, and I'm trying to get back down to 10. I'm wondering whether to just start at 8 or 9, but you know, if I'm at 8, then I might as well just go all the way down to 10. So anyway, let's get in with this Game of the Week, as we would normally do. Head-to-head wise, Arsenal have failed to score in any of their last 4 meetings with Chelsea in all competitions. They have conceded 10 in those 4 games. So of course this is second versus first, the biggest game of the season in some ways, but not in others. It is one of the biggest games of the season, I should say. Today, we also have the likes of Leicester-Burnley, or Burnley-Leicester, but that has probably already been played by the time this is up. And obviously, when this game of the week is coming out, we've got Everton, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Hull, Liverpool coming up, then Leicester, Chelsea, and all the fixtures carrying on from there. Arsenal second, playing a bit better than Chelsea at the moment, in my opinion. Yes, they had poor game against Reading. Discounting that Premier League form for Arsenal is outstanding, simply outstanding. For Chelsea, well, they've got a 10-point gap there. Even if they lose this game, they've pretty much confirmed the title now. But the thing is, still, if they win this game, then it opens up to 13, and they're sorted. If they draw, then, well, it's not good enough for Arsenal. Arsenal are going to put everything at them. Chelsea are going to park the bus. The way that they play at the moment, Chelsea, I don't like it. People are saying, oh, they'll win the league, whatever. But you won't win the league every year playing in this way, because you will come up against teams like Arsenal, like Man United, like Man City, like Liverpool, like Tottenham, who will eventually work you out. They will work out the way that you just park the bus, and you'll get exploited. Thing is with Arsenal, the difference between Man United and Arsenal is, Man United, instead of shooting, Man United, they got a chance, they'd shoot. Instead of shooting, Arsenal would pass again, and pass again, waiting to drag one player out, and it only takes that one chance, and that is how I think they're going to set up in this game, Arsenal. They're going to be passing it across the front of the Chelsea box, waiting to drag one player out, the one chance to exploit in behind, and then, bam, goal. Alexis Sanchez, whoever scores. Just, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, anyone who can get in behind. Mesut Ozil's probably the one deploying the pass. Walcott even. Anybody, Giroud, Welbeck, whoever, exploits the gap, and eventually they will pull a Chelsea player out of his position, because they can't stay in their position sitting like that forever. Otherwise, Arsenal will just be forced into letting fly. And eventually, after enough chances, Arsenal will let fly, and they will probably get a long-range goal. So I think Arsenal are definitely going to score this game. It'll be difficult, and it will only take 1 or 2 chances, and, they will be clinical, though. Chelsea, however, the way they're playing at the moment, well, it's not nice football to watch. I mean, against QPR, they had 1 shot on target and scored it. Man United 1 shot on target and scored it. They have so many little chances. from counter-attacks. It's just a counter-attacking team. Literally, Chelsea are just a counter-attacking team. And the thing is, yes, it works. It does work. I'm not going to lie, it works. But it's not exactly going to work forever. I think eventually they will drop off and they won't be as successful as they have been with this method for all this time. Chelsea earlier on in the season scored a great goal. I believe it was Oscar who finished it off. A brilliant passing move between Fabregas, Oscar and Hazard. And I forgot who's it against, but I just remember this one goal. It was beautiful, and I thought Chelsea have this ability to do this, and why don't they do it more often? Honestly, they could be a normal passing side. Why do they have to park the bus all the time? Yes, it works. I'm not doubting the fact that it works. It's a good technique. It's a good tactic. It's really difficult to break down, but better teams like Arsenal, they will do it. Eventually, they will do it. Man United and Arsenal, the difference again, counter-attacking wise, Man United didn't have anybody to break up the play as such as Chelsea counter-attacked. I believe the likes of Coquelin will sort this out. Arsenal will stop Chelsea counter-attacking. Coquelin will make the fouls that he has to make. Coquelin will make the tackles that he has to make. They have won just 2 of their last 12 league clashes with Chelsea. That is Arsenal, by the way. They drew 2 and lost 8. The Gunners' last home win over Chelsea was back in 2010. Since then, there has been 2 0-0 draws and 2-1 defeat in the Premier League, along with a 2-0 League Cup defeat. It is Arsene Wenger's 13th attempt at beating a Mourhino Chelsea side. That is a lot of attempts. 13th time lucky? Well, we'll find out. Arsenal have never gone into a game like this, though, on such good form. Their form recently has been unbelievable. Chelsea, I think, Arsenal would have preferred for this, like the likes of a World Cup final. They would have actually set up tactically like they were in a World Cup final, like they were preparing for a World Cup final. And I can't blame them, because they've probably analysed so much Chelsea parking the bus that they know how to play against them by now. Arsenal are aiming for a 9th consecutive league victory. They have won their last 11 matches in all domestic competitions. The Gunners are looking for a 10th consecutive league victory at the Emirates. They haven't dropped points at home since losing 2-1 to Manchester United on the 22nd of November. That's pretty insane. That is incredible, in fact. Their form, well, this burst towards the end of the season that's put them into second. I do hope they get second. If they win this game, then they certainly will, because, one, it's a game in hand, but it's not technically, because, because they're only 1 point above Man United, if they win their game in hand, then they will be sorted. But the problem is, if they lose tomorrow, this is the time I'm recording this, it's tomorrow, they lose on the 26th, Man United win on the 26th, then, well, Arsenal go behind them, simple as, and their whole second spree could be ended. Man United, though, they would be second again in the Premier League, which is unbelievable. It's got so tight between second, third, fourth recently, and really, Arsenal could still finish fourth. It sounds ridiculous, and I really hope they don't, but they could still, in theory, finish fourth. Man United could finish second, Man City could still finish second. It could literally just completely change. It's so tight up there. It's over a year since Arsenal last failed to score in a league match at the Emirates, a 0-0 draw with Man United in February 2014. Olivier Giroud has scored 10 goals in his last 12 matches in all competitions. Chelsea are looking for a 5th consecutive Premier League victory, which would be their best winning run of the season. The Blues are aiming for a 6th consecutive away victory in the top flight. The last time they dropped points away from home was also in the North London derby, a 5-3 defeat to Tottenham on New Year's Day. Chelsea have scored in their last 19 league games. The only team to stop them scoring in any competition is Sunderland. Unbelievable. It's always Sunderland. Chelsea have scored first in all 20 of their games in all competitions in 2015. Fabregas has the league high of 16 Premier League assists, only Thierry Henry with 20 in 2003 and 2002-03, Frank Lampard 18 in 2004-05, and Fabregas himself with 17 in 2007-08 have ever registered more in a single Premier League campaign. So the only player to beat Fabregas is Henry, Thierry Henry, and Henry, Frank Lampard and Fabregas. So, not bad to be beaten by yourself. But what do I think will happen in this game? I think Arsenal could get a win. I honestly do. Unless Chelsea change their style slightly, I think Arsenal could get a win. It's possible. It depends how both teams turn up. But Arsenal are very in for a win this game. Likewise, Chelsea could get the win. It could just be a 0-0 boring draw. But I think Arsenal have that ability, have that momentum, that motivation. Momentum is the key word here. Momentum is key in this situation. And Arsenal certainly have that at the moment. Who knows? I'll see you next time with another Pricey HD video. Bye for now.